Welcome, I'm Morris Mohammed and you're watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television. These are the stories making local headlines. Ministry of Defense provides House of Elders with defense briefing. Director General of Solnak holds press conference to announce political aspirations. Protesters gather in Washington on global climate issues. Minister of Defense Ahmed Haji Ali Adami met with members of Somaliland's House of Elders to provide a briefing on the nation's military sector. Saeed Chama Ali, the Vice Deputy Speaker of Somaliland's House of Elders, chaired the briefing and deliberation session. Minister of Defense Ahmed Haji Ali Adami provided parliamentarians in Somaliland's House of Elders with a detailed defense briefing, highlight progress made, obstacles faced and plans in the pipeline for Somaliland's Ministry of Defense. Vice Deputy Speaker of Somaliland's House of Elders Saeed Chama Ali chaired the session, which had a number of parliamentarians in attendance. Minister of Defense Ahmed Haji Ali Adami informed members of Somaliland's House of Elders that a committee comprised of senior security officials is working on a research study focusing on the military capacity of other developing nations in comparison to Somaliland since this administration took office. The minister continued to state that a book compiled by leading security experts was completed. The book, Minister Ahmed Haji Ali Adami explained, provides detailed information elaborating on the working of Somaliland's military sector. Somaliland's Minister of Defense also mentioned the internal investigations conducted to halt all salary payments to ghost employees, and in that process acquire the exact number of Somaliland's armed forces. The defense briefing concluded with members of Somaliland's House of Elders asking questions and deliberating on several key points of interest. Kulmiye, the ruling government's political party, continues to make shockwaves in local media publications due to the tightly contested race for the Kulmiye presidential nominee position, with a number of seasoned politicians voicing their intentions, including Minister of Finance Abdulaziz Mohammed Samale, Deputy Chairman of Kulmiye Mohammed Kahin Ahmed, and Chairman of Kulmiye political party Musa Bihi Abdi. The political forecast is still unclear.
Earlier, Director General of Solnak, Somaliland's National AIDS Commission, Abdikarim Hinif, held a press conference to announce his political aspirations of running for Deputy Chairman position of Kulmiye political party. Abdikarim Hinif is a member of Kulmiye's Central Committee and is widely recognized for his instrumental role in Kulmiye and the nation as a whole. Director General Abdikarim Hinif, speaking on the reasons behind running for Deputy Chairman of Kulmiye political party, stated that had the current deputy chairman remained content with his position, there would be no need for any political aspirations. However, he explained the current deputy chairman announced plans of running for Kulmiye's presidential nominee position. The Director General of Solnak was keen to mention the lack of disagreement or internal conflict within Kulmiye. He reminded the press that Kulmiye is based on democratic principles, and as such, the various political aspirations of different members are welcomed.
UNIDO, recognized for their tremendous support towards developmental projects in Somaliland, yet again provided essential training skills to over 40 trainees. The program, aimed at promoting women empowerment through employment opportunities, was implemented in cooperation with Soyal.
The ceremonial event took place at one of Hargeysa's most prestigious hotels, with an audience that included senior governmental and non-governmental officials. The training program took place for a duration of 40 days and is largely supported by the government of Japan. Hersi Abdisalan, a senior official of UNIDO, took to the podium and addressed attendees on the need for more progress and development in the women empowerment area of Somaliland society. He elaborated on the overall process of this project as one aimed at promoting employment opportunities for Somaliland women. Mohammed Abdullahi Samatar, a top official of Soyal, pointed out the ongoing cooperative relationship between Soyal and UNIDO as the core of major developmental initiatives completed by Soyal. He urged for further cooperation and pledged to work even harder at promoting these crucial areas of significance. Hassan Olad Aden, another senior member of UNIDO, simply commended those who took part in the training program. He also encouraged more organizations to follow suit and implement similar projects aimed at women empowerment and creating employment opportunities. The graduation ceremony concluded with UNIDO and Soyal providing awards to all trainees and sewing equipment and accessories to the top 10 trainees.
You're watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television, and now for our international headlines. Thousands of protesters have gathered at Washington's National Mall, calling on U.S. President Barack Obama to reject the controversial Keystone XL oil pipeline proposal and honor his inaugural pledge to act on climate change.
Organizers of the Ford on Climate event estimated that 35,000 people from 30 states turned out in the cold, blustery conditions on Sunday for what they said was the biggest climate rally in U.S. history. Police did not verify the crowd size. Protesters also marched around the nearby White House chanting, "Keystone Pipeline, shut it down." The event came days after a bipartisan group of U.S. senators made the latest call for Obama to approve the $5.3 billion pipeline, seen by many as an engine for job growth and another step towards energy independence. The proposed Trans-Canada Corporation project has been pending for more than 4 years. A revised route through Nebraska, which would avoid crossing sensitive ecological zones and aquifers, was approved by the state's governor last month.
Lakhdar Brahimi, the UN Arab League joint envoy, has called for talks between the Syrian opposition and an acceptable delegation from the Damascus government on a political solution to the country's 23-month-old civil war. In a joint press conference in Cairo with Nabil Al-Arabi, the Arab League Secretary General, Brahimi said on Sunday that negotiations could begin on UN premises. He gave no specific location. The initiative of opposition leader Mu'izz al-Khatib, which calls for talks with any Syrian representative not directly involved in repression, has opened the door and challenged the Syrian government to live up to what it has been continuously saying, that it's ready for dialogue and a peaceful solution, Brahimi said. Khatib, the head of the Syrian National Coalition, offered last week to hold talks with President Bashar al-Assad's ceremonial deputy, Farouk al-Shara, on a political transition in which Assad would be given safe passage to go into exile. It was unclear whether he had received any indication of Syrians' willingness to enter into talks with Khatib and his bloc. One man has died in a crash after activists with the Bangladesh's largest Islamist party chased a vehicle carrying passengers during a nationwide general strike to denounce a war crimes trial. The Jama'at al-Islam party enforced Monday's strike in Dhaka to oppose an ongoing war crimes trial. The driver lost control of the vehicle and it overturned while protesters were pursuing it on Monday in Dhaka, local media reported, citing witnesses and police. One man died and another passenger was injured. Some protesters who opposed the strike have been urging people to defy it, and many vehicles were on the streets. Authorities have kept schools and colleges open and many businesses have reopened. Bangladesh's parliament, meeting the demands of protesters, amended on Sunday a law allowing the state to appeal any verdict the war crimes trials it deems inadequate and out of step with public opinion. Protesters erupted after Abdul Qadir Mullah, Assistant Secretary General of Jama'at al-Islamiyah, the country's largest Islamist party, was sentenced to life for murder, rape and torture. Lawyers said Sunday's amendment sets a timetable for the government to appeal against Mullah's sentence and secure a retrial. The previous law did not allow state prosecutors to call for a retrial except in the case of acquittal. That's the end of our news. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow at the same time, and goodbye.